Hello, Logo 304. Time for your business manager update. Been another crazy ass busy week negotiating the combined agreement with Evergy. And so, quite the undertaking with the 5 business managers sitting at the table with the vice presidents and labor relations of Evergy. Making some good progress. We are releasing joint communication, so you should get an update from us each week. Pretty interesting, again, trying to bring whatever's common amongst the agreements into one agreement. That's kind of a different dynamic than a traditional negotiations where you're making new proposals. These are just existing language bringing it into one. So everybody's having a little trouble with that concept. Instead of us just shooting for the sky, we're shooting from the hip with what we have available. So more to come on that. Let's start out again with our COVID numbers. I'll tell you, it's really looking good. My numbers are down in all of the agreements. I still get a few here and there. Wolf Creek had a couple this week out there. I know you guys getting ready to go into outage, and so that's obviously a concern about having any kind of an opportunity to spread the COVID out there. So KDHE, it looks like we're either wrapped it up or real close to wrapping up, making that a vaccination site. We had Jeffrey Energy Center, Pottawatomie County came in and was able to give about 40 shots of the vaccine there. So we are moving forward. We are getting those things done. It's just going to take a little time, but Shawnee County's now opened it up to both phases 3 and 4. So we're moving forward on that. I know that's really helping with those numbers. Speaking of negotiations, we've got a bunch in the works right now with Flint Hills. The request to bargain over those 2 foremen that we just got board certification for. So that'll be in the mail probably today to start that process. The company had until the 11th to file their appeal, so I wanted to make sure there was plenty of time for that before we asked for the opportunity to sit down. Evergy, for the local agreement, we have large committee coming up on the weekend after next. So next Saturday, not tomorrow, but the following Saturday will be a very big day to go through all those proposals. Again, whatever we're working with in the master agreement there, I'm sure we'll have some proposals related to that, but we'll be able to set those aside so that we can get it taken care of there, but have it if we can't. Kansas Gas, we held the large committee meeting for that. We've got our proposals and got our committee. So opening letters should be out next week so that we can start looking for dates to get together on that. Line clearance is still open. I don't have any updates on that. We still waiting on the 53 side in order to have a wage to shoot at. So I will try to have more of an update for you next week on that. Some exciting news that happened this week. If you remember us talking about the boundary arbitration. So we did get our ruling back on the boundary arbitration yesterday, and the arbitrator said that you weren't due the double time for the training, but that you were for the physical work. So very big win for us. So everybody that worked those storms, if you weren't paid double time and the applicable rate, that'll be made up for you. So I don't have a time frame yet. That's brand new information, so there'll be more to come on that. We did another podcast today, so had the opportunity for both Gene and Jason to be in the office today, so we took advantage of that and did a podcast. So again, I want to encourage you to check those podcasts out. You can find them wherever you get your podcasts, or if you don't normally get podcasts, if you just Google 304 IBW 304 podcast, it should give you the opportunity to get to it in a place. Some folks use Spotify, Audible, Apple. Everybody's got those podcasts. You just need to be comfortable with whatever one you're using. Check out our webpage for more of the legislative updates. I think I told you last week about our move over for utility workers. That bill made it through the Senate unchallenged, came out into the House, and it looks like David met with a couple of the lobbyists yesterday. It looks like maybe with some amendments, we're going to get that through the House too. So I think there's going to be conversation about that tomorrow. But check out the webpage for those updates, not only on that one, but any of the bills that affect labor. talk about the delegates for the International Convention. That letter is out today to all of our members announcing that the nominations for the delegates for the International Convention will be at the April local meeting. So if you can't attend the local meeting, please, and you want to be a part of that, get your name on the ballot. Please send us a letter that's saying you'll accept the nomination, and then we will be sending out our ballots. We'll need to get background information from you. So please make sure there's a contact on there. Get the backgrounds made up as quick as I can by the printer so we can get those out in the mail to be voted by the membership. Again, for a reminder, the International Convention is held every 5 years. This year it starts on August the 28th and ends on that Friday. I think that's September 3rd. I think my dates are right, but definitely starts on August 28th. So please watch for that mail and step up if that's something you'd like to do. Local 304 should have 8 delegates to attend. So that's a very important number because the more you get, the more opportunity you have to a voice in the direction of that Constitution. The last thing I'll have for you close with today is on our podcast, we were talking about our unit meetings, and it really makes me think about how important it is to tell you that attending your unit meeting is as if you were attending the local, even though the local meeting is the only official business of the union. But if there's things that happen in your local and those happen at a unit meeting, if you want to have the opportunity to express your opinion, you need to be there at the unit meeting. So I know that in some units they will set direction for things like how they were to vote on MOUs, memorandums of understanding. So if there's going to be an agreement made between the union and the company regarding something in the contract, that decision is made sometimes at the unit meeting. So please look at when your unit meeting is. Plan on attending as you can. We try to make those as efficient as possible and work for the opportunity to get the most attendance. So again, thank you, Local 304, for all you do and moving the labor movement forward and making this local union the best that it can be. So y'all have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.